everyone, back here at the allotment on what's an absolute scorcher of an afternoon. You know, it's 31, 32 degrees, something like this. And you know, it's really been a case of, you know, I literally watered everything when I got here. I've watered it just now before I started recording this, just to make sure they get through the next couple of days until I can get here next. Also picked a few things, you know, most notably a lovely bunch of the rainbow chard here. That's really starting to come along. But you know, real highlight of each year, I've just picked some red currants as well. That's always, you know, as I say, a particular highlight when the currants start coming. Also picked a lovely lot of black currants there as well. There's still loads more to come. But of course I am here for the Allotment Dram, and today I've picked a new release, and it's from Glen Moray. It's the Glen Moray Madeira Cask finished, and this is part of a Curiosity range. It's the third bottling in this range, and this is a series of whiskies that are limited edition. You know, there's only 1,468 bottles of this one, and each one is limited, and it really is aimed to show some of the experimentation and maybe some of the slightly more unorthodox casks that they're using and experimenting with at Glen Moray. So the first one was a cider cask finish. The second one was a rum agricole cask, and then this one is a Madeira cask. So this has come from the island of Madeira, where they make the lovely Madeira wine, and it's actually quite unusual because you don't really see Madeira casks, you know, very often in whiskey, Scotch whiskey at all really. But this one, when you do see it, it's normally as a finish, so maybe for 6 to 12 to 18 months at the most. But this has actually been matured in the for the full maturation, 13 years in the Madeira cask. So it is quite unusual we were very excited to get the bottle and to try it, to just see what actually that would do to the whiskey. So, you know, Glen Moray is a, you know, very nice distillery, very nice, soft, gentle, quite classic Speyside style, and just on the edge of Elgin there. But let's have a taste. As you see, lovely golden yellow colour there, and yeah, it's got a lovely vibrancy even on, you know, a hot day. It's not really whiskey weather today. You know, I just want a nice gin and tonic or something, or a nice cold beer when I get home. But you know, this just has such a lovely fragrance. You know, it's got sort of honey, there's some golden syrup, there's some apple and pear, but there's also like a juicy big plump sultanas, you know, like sort of rum and raisin, this type of thing. It's got a fabulous nose. Let's have a taste. Yeah, that's delicious. That juiciness really comes through as well. It's the first thing that hits you, this sort of vibrancy of this sort of plump sultanas. You've got this lovely sort of apple mixed with like a sort of butterscotch or toffee. So yeah, I mean, you could say toffee apple, I suppose. But then you've got the honey, the golden syrup, and underlying this lovely, quite delicate baking spices. So yeah, I've done a lovely job with this. This is the first official bottling that Dr. Kirsty McCallum has put together in her role as the master distiller for Glen Moray. She's only the 6th in the whole history, actually, to hold that position since 1898 when the distillery was founded. So very prestigious position. But yeah, that's a fabulous start for her. So, you know, well done. You know, wonderful whiskey, and you know, I urge you. It's only £65 as well, bottled at 46.3%. So really great value for something of this quality and this sort of limited nature. So that's about it. I'm off to, you know, find that cold beer or gin and tonic, whichever comes first. And from a very hot allotment, cheers and keep safe, everyone. Fabulous stuff. So good.